Alright, what's going on, guys? Chile Games back again, and I just want to say I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. It is Friday at the time, Friday night when I'm recording this, and had this Helena game 2 days ago, and as you can immediately see, look at the matchmaking. The matchmaking is so bad. So Helena really struggles against other cruisers, mainly. I mean, honestly, any cruiser, to be fair. You really don't want to be taking any sort of trades, even HE. You're so squishy. I don't know. And anything with 203s is really going to give you some problems. So you have to make carefully, and this ship definitely favors farming really slow, BB, stuff like that. If you saw on the team list, this game is actually special because no, it's not the best, but there was a lot of teamwork in this, and so much so that I ended up messaging the friendly Atlanta and also the friendly Akatsuki. Um, I often don't think, well, it's really easy to criticize people in this game, and it's like, well, you should have gone here or there, and you don't know the situation and whatnot. So it was super nice to have a moment to where things just worked out, teams went well, plays went well, and it was like it was nice to be able to message the guy and be like, hey man, like that was a really good game, you did really well. And so you'll be seeing that in this game, and that's honestly the reason why. So first off, Akatsuki is smoking up the Atlanta. Now, my thing with the Akatsuki is I think he realizes that, to be honest, his raw effectiveness in this game is going to be quite minimal. Unless he can torpedo some cruisers, it's, his main job this game, whether he likes it or not, is going to be to spot. He's not going to be chasing down slow battleships and torping them. He's not going to be contesting caps. So he's already doing a great job of more or less getting out there, trying to spot, dropping the smoke, which is nice. Unfortunate that their entire flank went left there, but I think he knows that he can play safe and that he's not going to need the smoke anyways. So just drops it out of kindness. You don't need to do this every time, obviously. Like, I think 99% of the time as a destroyer, you shouldn't drop your smoke for friendlies, just because your smoke is very valuable to you, and that you need it to disengage. And as you saw, the Nuremberg try to get torps off at this Jervis and didn't shoot his guns at all. So honestly, I forget how quick of a game this is, so I can't ramble. Anyway, a destroyer smoke is very exclusive to him, and it's very, very, very important. So if you do use it for a teammate, you have to be almost bloody sure that they are going to get use out of it, and it's the right move, So, coming around here, I do not feel great in this spot. However, I know that if I want to disengage, I can go through this little gap here, and what you're seeing here is I'm not turning it to the left here. I want to get my guns facing the way they are now and try to hug this island as close as possible and bait this Jervis to come out, because I don't think he thinks that I'm coming up on him still. So I'm turning out right now, and I'm ready to turn away. I don't want to block my route here. I don't want to beach. Unfortunately for this guy, he takes the, let's just say, not the right path. Realizing he's going to go down, I immediately switch to armor piercing. We have Hydra running, so we will have advanced warning of the torpedoes. As you can see, the Atlanta to my left on the mini-map, he is going to be creating a really nice crossfire. And this is, it was such a weird map because it was a lot of light cruisers in this game. So it was a weird kind of brawling light cruiser game. Why am I backing up? I know Atlanta has torpedoes, and as long as I keep my nose in, I should be fine, because Atlanta AP can really, really hurt. I'm also, not trying to let him torpedo me. Indianapolis is now focusing on the Atlanta, so he is drawing fire. But notice how he's staying angled. He's not just showing that guy, you know, every ounce of his ship there, and we end up getting a nice broadside on this Indianapolis and just absolutely devastate him. The AP on this ship is actually quite scary. It's not going to be punching, you know, very hard, but the amount of shells you can throw out and the amount of penetrations and even citadels on lightly armored cruisers at this kind of range is quite terrifying. The DPM you can get with AP is pretty dang solid. So we effectively just absolutely bulldozed that that flank there, and we're tossing around the tanks, and that was, you know, that was pretty nice. I went in deep, close to the island, and the Atlanta stayed bow in more or less right there. So they, you know, we kind of split the gap on that little squad there. So now what's going on? Well, honestly, not much. This map is weird because if you're in the middle, you're almost always super vulnerable. If I head into the middle of this map, I have to know that at least one of my flanks, or like whether or not behind me or not, is covered, because the last thing you want to do is get up in the middle of this and figure out, oh, there's someone behind me, I'm in a crossfire, I can't go undetected, you know. So fortunately we know where all their ships are, and honestly I'm pretty bloodthirsty here. I'm like, you know what, we just demolished that little team there. Let's just do it. It's a brawl. It's cruisers, no BBs. Let's just do this thing. And Akatsuki is I don't even know what I'm doing here. I think I was zoned out, honestly. Akatsuki gets smacked. Got a little greedy, probably trying to get close. But I'm pretty sure the radar threat is you know, non-existent now. Since we killed the Indianapolis, he doesn't really have to worry. And right now I'm just, you know, hitting anything at this sort of range with these shells, especially a cruiser, is going to be not impossible, but your return on your, I don't know. I think that's the biggest reason why I don't like to go range mod on this ship, because I was using Scott and I was using the Beyond range for the 10% extra range and whatnot. It was getting like right under 17 kilometers worth of range. I tried it out, and I was mostly using that because I was, you know, I didn't have the range mod as an upgrade slot, so I needed that 15 kilometers. But the 10% range is 100% almost a waste of your time with this thing. The shell arcs are they're so high and the shells are so slow. Hitting anything past 15 is going to be quite difficult, and to be honest, you really don't need that amount of range, because one, if you're wasting your detection shooting at a battleship or something at 17 kilometers, something like that, these guns are not going to punch hard enough to give you any kind of reward. If you're shooting that far away, you're risking your detection for just think about it, you're risking your detection to shoot at something at 17, 16 kilometers of range. How much are you going to do compared to how much the person who just, you know, you just spotted yourself for going to do back to you? Because you are not suited for long range. So I think with Scott, you can even choose the extra fire chance. I think that's a really good way to go. Get you up to like 17% chance of fire. It's actually pretty ridiculous. And right now we're kind of just playing like an sorry, not like an idiot, but we don't really care at this point. But you see how much damage you take in this thing. Making trades, like, you do not want to be directly facing off to any ship in this thing, you know, at any point in time. At some point in the game, you're going to have to, and if you have to, you know, you're going to take some hits. So if you can minimize the engagement, use islands, use cover like we are doing right now, that is your best way of using it. Anytime you start to knife fight and you start to trade, you're just gonna see your health, even with the same ship, you know. If you're 1v1ing somebody and you kill them but they take 90% of your health, you really didn't win the fight either. you know, and especially if that's like early game, it's like, man, well, your effectiveness is kind of ruined now. So you want to be as efficient as possible. So that's why this thing really struggles against cruisers. One, because they're more maneuverable, and they're not as easy to camp islands and farm. And when you start trading like that, you have no heals, so it's really a downhill battle. You can't. There's only so much you can outplay. You can angle, but more than likely they're going to be shooting HE, and HE absolutely obliterates this ship. Any caliber. I've been actually in the stream yesterday. I was in the Fletcher, and look at the AP here, 12 kilometers. Just watch this. Very good AP. That's kind of a special case because that was obviously a Dallas, so very, very lightly armored. But even in that range, the AP will get solid damage against aiming high on battleships, stuff like that. So never discount it. If you already have fires burning on a battleship and he's broadside, try the AP out. Unless it's like something like a Vladivostok or something that you're just gonna shatter on. But it's always worth it. You saw me there, I was targeting the other ship. I was trying to get one shot off so I could maybe get Kraken, kind of try to steal that kill, but it didn't work out for us. And one thing I did forget to mention as we were in the middle of the map before I started talking about the, trading everything, that Akatsuki also used another smoke screen to smoke us up, which was very awesome in my opinion. He knows that he's really not going to need it. His only role this game was basically spotting, and it's not the best thing, but he played it like a champ. I messaged him because you'll see that his score doesn't really reflect how much he did, but overall pretty solid team match. Really appreciate that. Every time you get it, it's kind of rare, which is sad. But guys, that is going to wrap it up, and I hopefully will get a better Helena game for you guys out, and I'll go over more things about it. But that is going to be it. Hope you have a good day and good weekend, and you guys take it easy. Peace.